Hello guys, welcome to another video of cloud computing. In this video, we are going to discuss everything about cloud computing, including all the concepts, all the models which we can create in cloud computing, all the use cases along with comparison of public, private and hybrid cloud. Finally, we will also discuss which cloud is best for you and how you can make decisions to select the correct cloud for your organization. Okay, let's begin the video. Let's start by just explaining briefly about cloud computing. Cloud computing is the on demand delivery of IT resources via the internet with pay as you go pricing. Okay, so in cloud, you can create all the IT resources on demand whenever you need, whenever you need a virtual machine, whenever you need a server or a PaaS service or IaaS service, infrastructure as a service resources, you can create that on demand using the internet with pay as you go pricing. Pay as you go means whatever you are using, the same you will have to pay. Okay, so based on the usage, you will have to pay in the cloud computing. These are some of the key features. On demand self service, you can create whatever resources you want by yourself on demand. That means whenever you want. Broad network access, you can access it from anywhere, or you can create private networking or private cloud in here itself. Okay, this also provides the resource pooling, rapid elasticity, scaling, and all measured service as well. So these are some of the key features of cloud and using cloud for your organizations. These are some of the models which we can create in cloud computing. The first one is infrastructure as a service. I have made one specific video about cloud computing models, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. If you have not watched it, please go and watch that. So let me just quickly explain in here as well. Infrastructure as a service. This we can create whenever we need all the infra, or in this you'll have to manage all the infra for your cloud resource, like a virtual machine. If you are creating a virtual machine, you will have to create the network interfaces, you will have to create the networking, virtual network, subnet and all. Along with this, you will have to manage all the virtual machine as well. You will have to do the patching and all. Okay, so this is called IaaS, that is infrastructure as a service. These are some of the examples: Amazon EC2, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud Compute Engine, and you can see the use cases as well to running the virtual machines, storage, networking. Okay, the second one is PaaS service, that is platform as a service. These are some of the examples. In this PaaS, you get just the platform. You get the platform, you will have to create your own resource inside that, and you can directly use that. You don't have to manage any infra or any infra related things in this platform as a service. Okay, for example, Azure App Service, you can go ahead and directly deploy your code by creating one Azure web app so that you don't need to manage any infra and anything regarding that. Okay, Microsoft Azure will manage that for you. These are some of the examples: Google App Engine, Azure App Service, AWS, Elastic Beanstalk. Use cases: you can use this for app deployment or app development, API integration, or databases. So whenever you have this kind of security requirement, if you want to just deploy or create a basic application, you can go ahead and start with platform as a service. Okay, so it will be easier for you as a developer to start from scratch for app development. Okay, the third one is software as a service, that is called SaaS. These are some of the examples. In this software as a service, you don't get the infra, you don't get the platform, you just get the software. Everything will be pre-configured. You just have to use that software and do your work whatever you want. That is called software as a service. These are some of the examples like Google Workspace, Salesforce, Microsoft 365. Okay, you don't get many customization in this software as a service like how you get in infrastructure as a service and platform as a service. You just have to use the software. These are some of the use cases: email, CRM, file storage, and collaboration tools like Teams and Skype. Okay, Now let's see what are the different types of cloud you can create and you can use. These are some of the clouds like public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid cloud. Generally, we can create three types of cloud in cloud computing. For the public cloud, a cloud infrastructure operated by third-party providers available to multiple customers. Okay, so this will be a cloud infra like Microsoft Azure, AWS, Google Cloud. This will be operated by third-party providers. That means it will be operated by some different company. Like Microsoft Azure is operated by Microsoft, AWS is operated by Amazon. Like this, Google Cloud is operated by Google. So public cloud will be, or all the cloud infrastructure, everything will be operated by some different company, and it will be available for multiple customers or multiple users to consume that. Okay, that companies or those company cloud provider will set up their own resources or set up their own data centers and all in different regions, and they will provide you the uh, way, or you can say the platform to create the or set up your cloud. Okay, that is called public cloud. These are some of the characteristics. You can create the multi-tenant environment in public cloud. You get scalability and flexibility. Whenever you want to create or scale the resources, you can do that in the public cloud, and you get pay as you go pricing model in this type of cloud. This means you have to pay for the resources whatever you are using and how much you have used. These are some of the examples. Like I said, Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud. What are the use cases? You can use this for web hosting, big data analytics, development, and testing, or whatever your requirement is. If you want to create one application, you can go ahead and create public cloud. Or if your cloud is public facing, if you want to create a website which you want your public users to access, then you can go ahead and create a public cloud for you. Okay. Now let's go ahead and discuss about private cloud. So this is the type of cloud infrastructure operated exclusively for a single organization. Okay, so suppose you want to, or if you are part of some organization, they will have their own private cloud, which only your organization users will be able to access. Nobody else will be accessible, or nobody will have access to that private cloud. Okay, and that you can say will be accessible only from the cloud or only from the network from your organization. So you can set up one private cloud for that. Generally most of the companies do this whenever they have requirement to set up the private cloud. Okay, you can also set up private cloud in public clouds as well, like in Microsoft Azure. You can use virtual networks and all to set up your private cloud. If you are setting up in that way, all the resources inside that virtual network or inside your private cloud will be or will not accessible to the to the public users, or will not be available to the public. It will be available inside your private cloud only. These are some of the characteristics. This is single tenant environment. You can set a private cloud for single tenant. Enhance security and control, because everything is at you, or you are the owner of everything of your private cloud. This is secured and you will have the full control. You can customize it according to your business requirement. So these are some of the advantages you can say about the private cloud. These are some of the examples like VMware private cloud, IBM cloud private, Azure stack. You can use all these things to create your private cloud. What are the use cases? If you need to store the sensitive data, or if you need sensitive data management, you can use the private cloud. Most of the large organizations, large enterprises needing custom infrastructure to store their data or to store their sensitive data or to make their cloud more secure. so that they will be or they will not have any issues later in the future. The next one is hybrid cloud. In this cloud model, generally this is combination of public and private cloud. If some organization are following this hybrid cloud model, they generally have one public cloud as well, and they have their own private cloud, like their own premises, and they can make them integrate, like they can their public cloud and private cloud can connect with each other, can store data, transfer data, and can connect with each other. Okay, so if you see the definition, a combination of public and private clouds enabling data and application sharing between them. Okay, so you can enable data and application sharing between them, and you can use this. So if your requirement is to have both, like host your websites in the public cloud and store your data in the private cloud, you can use the hybrid cloud or hybrid model for your organization. Okay, these are some of the characteristics which we get in hybrid cloud. Flexibility in workload placement, because you can use both your on premises and public cloud in this hybrid model. Integration of on premises and cloud resources. So in this cloud model, you can integrate your on premises resources with cloud resources as well by provided by cloud providers. These are some of the examples: Microsoft Azure Hybrid, AWS Outpost, and Google Anthos. If you want to set up the hybrid cloud, you can do that as well. Okay, what are the use cases? Data backup and recovery. If you need that data backup, if you want to take data backup and store that inside your on premises, you can use this hybrid model. Handling variable workloads. These are some of the use cases of hybrid cloud. Let's see the quick comparison of public, private, and hybrid cloud. These are the features, and these are the different types of cloud what we have in here. So on the basis of cost, the public cloud is low and pay as you go model. So whatever you are creating, you will have to pay only for that. In in private cloud, you will have high setup and maintenance, because if you are setting your own private cloud, you might have to create the servers, you'll have to create the data centers, and you'll have to set up everything as well, networking and all. In case of hybrid cloud, this is variable, like since you are using both public and private, this is okay. In case of scalability, this is highly scalable, because you are creating the or you are using public cloud, they have all the resources available in their data center to scale your cloud or scale your resources on demand and whenever you need. But in private cloud, this is limited by hardware. So suppose you have 100 GB of a virtual machine, and you have hardware of suppose 200 GB available. Then you can only scale your virtual machine till 200 GB, because you have only hardware till 200 GB. So this is limited by hardware in private cloud. And hybrid cloud is flexible. You can scale it whenever you want. Security. In public cloud, you have less control. That's why this is less secured. But in private cloud, this is highly secured, because everything is managed by you. So most of the banking type of companies, generally they store their data, their customer data in the private cloud, because this is high secured. Hybrid cloud is balanced, because we are using both public and private cloud in the hybrid model. On the basis of customization, this is limited, because you don't get anything to control in the public cloud, because most of the things will be controlled by the cloud provider. In private cloud, you get or you can fully customize it, because you have the full control and you are the owner of it. Hybrid cloud is also customizable, but it's not more than private cloud, and it is quite more than public cloud. These are some of the use cases. If you need the web hosting or to set up dev test environment or even the production environment, you can always go ahead and use the public cloud. Okay, but in private cloud, if you are a organization or banking sector organization, you can use this private cloud for your organization. In case of hybrid cloud, if you need the backup or if you want to store the sensitive data, you can use this hybrid cloud. These are some of the use cases along with the examples. Public cloud example, Netflix uses AWS for scalable infrastructure. Since they need one application which is highly available and which is highly scalable, they use the AWS to scale the infrastructure whenever they want. This is the example of private cloud. Government agency, most of the government agencies and also the banks, they use private cloud for sensitive data control so that they can keep all the data at on place and not in the public cloud. And hybrid cloud is an example. A hospital uses private cloud for patient data to store and public cloud for its website. So they can, or even you can host your websites in public cloud and keep your all the data coming from the website in the backend in the on premises or in the hybrid cloud model. Now let's see what are the things you should be considering for selecting the correct cloud model. First one is cost. Always evaluate initial investment, operational expenses, and scalability needs whenever you are set or selecting the cloud model, because these are some of the initial things you will have to select, like what are the initial investment you will have to make, what are the cost or how much is the cost you will get whenever you use the resources. Okay. Second one is security. This is the important one. Consider compliance requirements and data sensitivity according to your organizational requirements. Okay. Third one is performance, access, latency, storage, and network requirements as well. If everything meets your criteria, you can go ahead and select the correct cloud model. Scalability, plan for future growth and fluctuating workload. So you need to make sure if your application of your cloud model is highly scalable, so that whenever you need or whenever your traffic grows on your application, this should automatically scale, and this should whenever traffic goes down, this should automatically scale down as well. So make sure you are selecting the cloud model which is highly scalable whenever your workload is fluctuating. Okay, the last one is integration. Make sure your cloud model is compatible with existing system and third-party services. Existing system means whatever current model you are using. Make sure this is integrable and you can easily integrate with other third-party services as well. Okay, let's see now. Let's conclude. What are the or what is the cloud model you can use, or what is the type of cloud you can select for your organization? Cloud computing offers flexible, scalable, and cost-efficient solutions. Public cloud is great for scalability. So whenever your requirement is scalability, you can go ahead for public cloud. Okay, whenever you want, like your application is type of application which is fluctuating, like if your workload is fluctuating, if your traffic will be high in some time or low in some time, you can select the public cloud because this is great for scalability. Next one is private cloud. This is best for control and security. If you need the control over your own resources or own cloud, you can go ahead for private cloud because this is good for control and security. The third one is hybrid cloud. This combines flexibility and security. So if you have requirement to use both public and private cloud or store data inside your private cloud, you can select this hybrid cloud model so that you will be able to use both public and private cloud. Okay, you can select the model or make sure to consider all the things which we have discussed already in the video. for selecting the correct model for your specific need and based on your organization's requirement. That's it from this video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe my channel. If you have any feedback, suggestions or questions, please let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.